Hey everybody, Min Chocolate Chip here with another video from Disney Heroes Battle Mode. Today going back to Team Come School to talk about another one of my favorite teams. Again, this is not a perfect team, and in fact this is only one of a few ways you can use some of these characters. So for me, this team is really fun for me because it abuses the attack speed, and we'll go through the characters that we're going to be using here first, and then I'll actually show it in a couple battles because it'll go really fast. So what you're going to use first and foremost, this team is built around one character, and that is the Beast. The Beast has his main skill is that he cannot be defeated when he uses his white, and he increases his attack and movement speed by 200%. So then this will last for 10 seconds. So Beast just naturally will just go attack hard and attack fast, and he cannot be defeated. He's extremely annoying when you put him on defense. Now, if you have these characters around him, you can even abuse him even further because you're just gonna try to make him go as fast as possible. This is just a way to use the Beast. There's another team which we'll probably talk about in a future video that I use the Beast for, but this is the one that I enjoy the most and not necessarily the most effective. So second character you'll use is Animal, because Animal has his In the Groove ability, which again increases his attack speed. So these aren't all going to last for very long, and it doesn't really matter to get them all lined up because you don't necessarily need him to be doing a million damage. This actually works better on auto because you're just going to be constantly be feeding him more and more attack speed, and sometimes they'll all line up and he'll like increase his attack speed by like 700% or something. But for the most part, you just kind of want to constantly have him be boosted with his attack speed. And obviously they'll be helping each other out too, because all these support characters will still be doing damage and will even be attacking faster as well. So Animal's one of them. Next we have Goofy, who his move, Bust the Move, also increases his allies' attack speed. Another really helpful ability there. Next is Anger, because Anger actually, he does two things. He's going to be increasing, if you have his Zerg disc, he will also be increasing Beast's basic damage. So that's also helpful. But then you also want to see his Fired Up skill, which will increase their attack speed for 6 seconds also. So keep in mind that every single one of these support abilities are level dependent. So you need to watch what level you have your Beast at. So my Beast is at 155. So when I go through and I'm looking at, well, Goofy's his attack speed isn't attached to that, but I think Animal's is. No, Animal's isn't. Well, we just went through Anger. Anger's is. So Anger's, his effect has a chance to fail on allies above level 155. So if you are going to be using Anger, make sure that his blue skill is leveled up. And I'll try my best to keep up with this as I'm going through these videos, so you guys who are watching can make sure you're focusing on the right abilities to make the team work the way that I'm showing you. Now, granted, this is not the perfect end-all be-all. And then the last one I'm gonna be using is Duke, because Duke has his Oh Yeah ability, which also increases their attack and movement speed. Keep in mind, I don't have the gold, and I haven't invested too heavily right now in Duke to get him up to level to where Beast is. So this may or may not work because it's only level 145, so it has a chance to fail on allies above 145. There's some data mining out there that probably can tell you exact percentage of how often it'll fail, but just for now, let's just say that it won't work all the time, and it'll only work less than half of the time, like a quarter of the time. But it might be somewhere in greater, it might be less. I don't have the exact number. Okay, so we'll go into a battle. We'll just throw it in here. Hopefully we won't take out the team too fast, so you can actually see it work. So here we go. This is my team that we're using. And just to highlight it, so again, like I was saying, the reason this team is good in my mind is one, they're going to be increasing all their attack speeds. But in theory, assuming we don't take them out too fast, I like putting this one on auto because it's fun, because you're just constantly feeding that attack speed. Now, because Anger and Duke are doing it with their blue skills, theirs is passive, so you don't have to do anything to get their attack speeds to go up. And Duke and Beast are going to be your main damage dealers, and they're just going to want to have Anger and Animal and Goofy as a tank, but he also increases your attack speed. So I don't know if you can actually tell that their attack speed is extremely fast right now, but if we were to be in maybe a Coliseum battle or an arena battle, you might actually be able to see that a little bit more obviously. I'll do one more in a harder. So we're in 23. Let's see if hopefully 25 isn't too hard for this team. So you can actually hopefully see the attack speed. But again, this is just a team that is a way to use Beast because you're using the fact that he can't die as soon as he uses his white skill, and you're going to be feeding him as much attack speed as possible and basic damage, and between him and Duke, they're just going to take out the whole team. And obviously the other characters are going to be helping, but for the most part, this is a team. It goes really fast. It's really fun, especially when you're when you're trying to build something that's good on defense. This is one, if you don't have Animal and Anger and Beast and other teams, this is a really good way to pair them up together because they'll be helping each other so much. It looks like the campaign's just not a really good way to highlight what's going on here, but it's really helpful on defense. There's another team that I'll highlight later, like I said, on using Beast's other abilities, particularly the fact that he can't die, and then making a team so that when you put it on defense, Beast is almost always left alone at the end because they can't take him out because he's gone into an infinite spiral of using his white skill, getting hit, gaining all the energy. Before his white skill runs out, he's able to use it again, so you can't defeat him. But that's just an other team that you can work with. But that's just this one. As always, leave comments if you're enjoying what you're seeing. I love doing this for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them there. Find me on Discord, and if you have any other requests for videos you want to see in the future, or for questions you have, or for game modes that you want me to go more in depth in, feel free to leave them below. And with that, I will see you in the next video.